What would you rather do, right? I sort of put you in a ball, squash your head, right? Tie your head to your knees, like that, right? You have to walk around like that, right? Until you're formed, totally formed. So that's like the rest of your life. Just keep that for a year in a cage, and your head's like knees, right? You have to walk like that, going, right? Oh Christ! Or I do facial surgery on you, right? And you've got no face at all. I sew up your mouth and nose, right, and lines like that, right, and you're just fed with a tube in your stomach and a breathing equipment.
So no eyes.
Yeah, no eyes, no nose, no mouth, no nothing. I'll take your ears off, right? So you're deaf, dumb, blind. You're breathing through a little thing there. You're being fed straight into your stomach.
And what's the problem with the head on the knees?
Well, you're in pain. You can't use to walk like a crab everywhere.
But I can still hear and see.
Yeah.
Like that one.
Yeah. What would you do? What's the first thing you do when you get out of the cage?
How long have I been in the cage for?
A year. Just trying yourself to sleep.
I'd call Suzanne, just warn her.
What would you say?
I'd just say, look, I'm coming home. Long story. Can you come and open the door?
Hi, TV's Ricky Gervais here. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my new book that's coming out this autumn. It's called Ricky Gervais Presents The World of Carl Pilkington. With me, Carl Pilkington.
Right.
Yeah, it's just to book some of the ideas and some of the chats and some of the stuff we came up with in the podcast. The world record-breaking podcast, The Ricky Gervais Show. So, what are you doing there?
Just doing some drawings for it, just to go with the stories and that we talk about, some of the ideas and stuff.
What's that?
This one. Well, it's Auntie Nora, isn't it? When she farted for 5 minutes. That's like when she had the wind there, just coming out there. She, like, had wind for 5 minutes.
Oh, good.
So just sort of pictures and that.
So we could put this into the book of prize, could we?
Yeah.
Thumbs and that.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty sure that we would have got on alright without the thumb.
Yeah.
But if we couldn't, how about a thumb with one big finger?
That works, doesn't it? It's just that idea I had. So now I went to school with. Yeah, well, there's a picture of them. The sort of two kids who had big heads. They also had like webbed hands. So they got by all right. They didn't struggle with stuff. So I just thought, you know, if everyone had hands like them, less fingers, less messing about.
Good. Maybe Richard and Judy can include this in their book club. Put a baby in a room with no contact with outside world. Why?
Well, just to find out if, you know, it becomes gay or straight or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Is it the outside world that's making them gay or straight? Is it, you know what I mean?
And how long would you leave a baby in a room?
I don't know. How long does it take to go gay? I don't know, like 20 years or something.
Oh, right, good. You're sticking a baby in a room for 20 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, you know, feed it and stuff. So sure. Through the letterbox and that, don't go mental.
And what would this be for Channel 4, would it?
If they want to televise it, they can do, but I'm just saying just do it if it's not for the telly.
Good. Well, people are rushing to buy that book. That's Ricky Gervais Presents The World of Carl Pilkington. It's the sort of book that you'd find written in shit under the floorboards of a serial killer's house. Brilliant. Well, good luck.
Cheers.
Put my name to that. Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, you.
It was this bloke who was a builder.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you know what builders are like? They sort of move about, don't they, from sort of building to building, just building.
Well, yeah, well, once they've built it, the building's done and they move on to build some more.
Building to building, just building, yeah.
So he goes to his next job and that, right?
Who does, the builder?
The builder.
Yep.
He goes to, like, the
new
boss,
building.
the boss of this building, who's building it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And he says what unto him?
Do you need anything building?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so he says, yeah, there's plenty of work and that going about.
Yep.
He says, we're working on this one here. He said, get going on it, like, there's your bricks and your cement and stuff, get on with it.
Yeah.
Any plans? Just build.
Just start building.
Yeah. Go up.
They're getting on with it and stuff, it's all going well.
Yep.
But he notices that there's someone working high up, right, on the
Okay.
top bit.
Sure.
Because do you know, like, there's girders and stuff on these big buildings?
Yeah.
And he's still building the bottom bit,
And
which
he's
is
still,
weird.
yeah, well, that's the way they do it there, apparently, just to sort of speed it up, work from top to middle, from top to bottom.
Sure. That's in imaginary land.
We
So
put
anyway.
the spire on, now we better do the foundations,
Yeah.
and then put some stuff in the middle to keep it up there.
So anyway, he's saying to, like, the other workers, he's going, who's that up there?
Who's that up
Like,
there?
He's working on his own.
The little fella, was he?
And,
The little hairy fella up there.
He's the little hairy fella up there with the hard hat.
and the other fellows are going, look, you know, don't ask questions, you know, the boss decides who he takes on, we're happy to be getting paid here.
Don't ask questions!
Yeah.
Well, I'll see him when he comes down.
So he said, well, it's pretty impressive, you know, the work rate he's doing, the way he's getting from one girder to the other. He doesn't
Swinging,
seem,
is he?
He doesn't seem to be scared of the heights or anything. He said, no, just let him get on with it, you know, we work well as a team. Lunchtime comes, they're all sat there, sat on a little wall having the sandwiches, just thinking he'll come down in a bit. He's just carrying on.
Is he just still going?
Still going on that, right? So the fella says to the boss man, he says, isn't that fella up there going to come down and join us for lunch? He said, like I said, mate, don't worry about him, right? So he said, oh, anyway, you've reminded me that he's up there. He said he's doing a lot of riveting and stuff up there. He probably needs some more nuts to...
Right, sure. And what kind of nuts is that? Is that nuts to food or...?
So he said, what, nuts? He said, yeah, just, there's a bag full of them there, just put them on the hook, send them up, and he can get on with his job. So anyway, he picks these nuts up,
Nuts,
right?
yeah.
Just hooks them on. He thinks they're not that heavy,
No.
considering, you know, I mean, they're normally pretty heavy, aren't they? Like, nuts
big
and
bag of
bolts and
nuts,
stuff.
yeah.
So anyway, he has a little glance in.
Oh, no, what's in there?
Nuts.
What, you mean nuts that you can eat?
Nuts that you can eat,
Oh.
right? So they send the bag up, and he's thinking, what's all that about? He checks him out, starts to stare, works it out. You can see that he's a little chimp running about. So he goes, I'm not happy with this.
Why
So
isn't he?
Yeah.
He said, all them
Is
out
the
there.
boss sitting in a tyre?
He said, all them lot out there might not be wise to what's going on here. He
Yeah.
said, but I've clocked it, and you're sending nuts up to it. It's a monkey, it's not on. So he goes, look, you know, we're just all trying to earn a living here. He said, don't get involved in it. I'm happy to pay you, but I'm paying him. Don't interfere.
He's paying him.
And he's saying, look, I'm just not happy with this. It's not allowed. So the boss was saying, well,
We
to be
pay
honest,
peanuts, we get monkeys.
mate, he said, to be honest, mate, you know, he's a great worker. He's known for doing what he does. He's a good grafter. If one of you's going to go, right, I'm afraid I'll have to let you go because
Blimey.
he's been here longer than that.
Yeah.
He was made redundant.
None of
because
that
the monkey-
happened.
He was laid off.
None of that happened.
He's laid off and that. And that's
No.
where that saying about, you know, like there's a lot of tower blocks and that in America. It's like the chimp off the old block. Is where. So that's monkey news.
Come in.
Right.
Ah, Mr. Pilkington, and how are we today?
Yeah, I'm alright, Doctor. Yeah, I've just come for my checkup.
Okay then, pop your pants off.
What?
Just pop your pants off.
Oh,
and,
I've got to take my pants off.
well, because I have to pop my finger up your
What with me what?
to check your prostate gland.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am worried about it because prostate cancer kills 10,000 men every year in Britain.
You can check that out if I get any symptoms.
Well, there aren't always symptoms, and symptoms do vary from man to man. So the best way to check it out is
Well,
I just pop my finger up there
I'm really
and have a
happy with this,
feel.
just-
Don't worry about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I don't know why he was worried. You probably saved his life there.
Does he have to be here?
He's just a mate. Don't worry about him. He's just watching me at work.
Prostate cancer is the most common cancer diagnosed in men. The chances are you know someone who's affected by it. To help make a difference, please donate now.
Well, congratulations, Ricky. Much deserved, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
Ricky, I just wonder if I could ask, you're the most famous comedian in the world, and yet despite your incredibly successful career, you're still able to give enormous amounts of time to charity.
Shut up, embarrassing me.
Well, that's what you've written, I
Well,
think.
just ask the question.
No, I just wondered how you find so much time in your hectic schedule to help charity.
You've got to find time. 30,000 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer every year, 10,000 of which die of the disease, and a man dies every hour from prostate cancer. So, you know, that's why I give so much of my time and raise so much money for cancer. I mean, I don't know if we've got any stats how much I sort of raised last year for cancer.
Just says fucking millions?
Yeah, and they're welcome to it, you know. But I will say this, if I ever get cancer, I'm going to go into the nearest hospital and go, right, I paid for that machine, get that little bald fucker off it. Talking of little bald fuckers, Carl Pilkington.
Alright,
Thoughts?
just one. It's 2006. Why are they still using the finger?
Good point, good question.
Chris Martin from Coldplay, got a few questions for
Can I
you.
wear your sunglasses?
Okay, now, you like to buy clothes made in third world sweatshops because they're cheaper. Do you prefer Chinese or Indian made stuff?
Indian. Chinese don't know what they're doing.
See your head a little bit. We want to get the noise, the microphone there, right? Ready? Hold on.
Good. So you're just doing it?
Hold on. Now, it's in position. What have you... oh. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, God, it... Oh, no!
Oh, it's like Jackass.
Now, at the Conservative Party conference a few years ago, you made a rousing speech saying that if Labour banned fox hunting, you'd leave the country. Now, you did leave, but now you're back. Isn't that hypocritical?
I just came back to get some stuff. To get my hunting gear. I came back to get 2 guns and a knife.
No.
What's the other question?
No, you famously said you don't trust black people. Isn't that racist?
I think racism is a state of mind.
Right, what are you doing?
Still doing stuff for the book. So, just,
The World According to Carl Pilkington.
yeah,
You can buy that now. Pre-order it on Amazon, can't you?
yeah.
Or wait till September 18th. Pre-order it now.
Right.
What's that?
That's me. Just, I'm stuck in a spider. You said, you know, about what would you do and all that if you were stuck in the body of a spider.
Alright.
So I said I'd just have a sleep. So there I am, just having a kit. Not a
Okay.
sleeping bag. That's the thing about if you cut off an head, the body lives for like about a minute.
Doesn't.
No, it does. They did a test, didn't they?
No, didn't. No one did a test. We've done it.
Got freaks. Favourite freaks.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a... I mean, a lot of people want to know what your 5 favourite freaks are. I'd buy a book about that. So, number 1, The Elephant Man. You know that. There he is. With his buns. Number 2, Pillow Man.
Yeah.
3, Siamese Twins. Annie.
Mm.
4, Three-Legged Juggler. 5, Pig-Faced Woman of Manchester Square.
They're not in like that. Isn't in an order that I want to see them or anything. They're all as good as each other.
Okay. So maybe if you're a freak and you want to meet Carl, would you want to meet a freak? If we could, there's 6 billion people in the world. Must be somebody like this that wants to. Would you want to meet the Pillar Man?
Yeah, it'd be all right. But how's he going to get in touch? Siamese twins, I don't like because it's 2. That'd be trickier. I don't think.
What if one of them liked you and the other one didn't? He couldn't stand you.
Yeah,
One was like, I love Carl Pilkington, he's brilliant. All right, Carl, are you coming out?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to put them in that situation because I can go home. They're still bickering. So yeah, I don't want to meet them.
Three-Legged Juggler?
Yeah.
What would he have to juggle for you to take your eyes off his legs?
Well, that's the thing though, you think I'd be getting him in to sort of do some juggling, and he might sit behind the desk and they go, oh, I'm not interested in the juggling.
I love the fact that you think you can get him in. You can hire this man who probably died 100 years ago.
The monkey that was a fireman.
Wasn't.
Just the idea of a cat with mops on its feet to clean the floor. That's that good invention that came out.
I'm pretty sure that's not a real invention. And there's you washing up with your little trousers down. I mean, I really must applaud the effort for this though, Carl.
That's
Because
really good.
most, no offence, sort of dimwits, morons, cretins, idiots, they think all this shit, but they don't bother
Putting it down.
Yeah, and they certainly don't bother colouring it in. So well done. I think it's a brilliant book for anyone who's got, you know, really nothing else to do, or feel that they're sort of giving to a worthy cause. And that's available now on Amazon.com or Amazon.co.uk. And it's, what is it, like 200 pages, and it's got all these illustrations and great stories, and a foreword by me, in which I'm basically going on about Carl being an idiot, which is the only truthful thing in the book. I'm pretty sure of that. Good. So well done.
Have you ever been in a hospital when it's been shut down, or a school when there's no kids in it, and there's that sort of bad atmosphere of like weirdness?
Yeah.
Right?
For the sake of argument, yeah.
We're wandering about and I say, oh yeah, what's in this room, right? And all the floors are like a wreck and rotten and stuff.
Oh my god.
There's a little sign there, right? And I go up to it and it says, flies this way. So I follow the arrow, which goes to this corner where there's a shelf, about 3,000 dead flies on it, condom stuck on the top. Right? You might remember in the first podcast, I was telling you about this scary house that my mate lives in, where he's like a security man. You're not like a security man, are you? What are you?
Well, I just look after it.
You just look after it and that, he just looks after it. So this is it, because I thought I'd show you around it, because just in case you thought I'd made it up and that, about the bit about the flies and all that, where there's flies on the shelf and stuff. So this is the sort of state I was telling you how it's a mess. This is it. Ceiling's caving in over there. It's just there. Pair of pants. Right then, we've found the room that I was talking about on the podcast, with the dead flies and that on it. This is the sign that I was telling you about. Got a fly on it, right? Little arrow. There's flies here, look. Little ladybird there. Oh, flies attacking the ladybird and that. Right? So you've got that. We'll follow it along. Right? You think, well, there's nothing there. And you've got, you can get the camera up there, right? Look at that lot. Dead flies. I'm just showing you this because some people have said, oh, you made it up and all that. But there's no way, just for the sake of the podcast, I'd go around collecting that many dead flies. There's a condom as well that I was talking about. Weird, isn't it?
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais, here on the set of Extras. Extras 2, coming soon. People are busy working away, and they're annoying me a little bit because I'm trying to do this, so I'm in chat. Shut up! That's power. Okay, back to work. 14th September, the new series starts. We're here filming a scene for the final episode, actually. I'll show you around, shall I? Okay. I know what you're thinking. What hospital are we filming in? It's not a hospital. She's not a real nurse. Unless we just put this in. Hey? Do these look ill? Bad example. We're going into the main studio now. We're just using a little corridor there for a hospital. Ooh. Ooh. We're in the wrong studio.
Yeah, I think we are.
Oi oi, who's this little face? Excuse me.
Yeah, can I help you?
It's Robert Lindsay of My Family.
Well, not just My Family.
Citizen Smith GBH. Repeated soon on E4. One of the best drama series in the last 25 years. What are you doing here, Robert?
Well, why am I?
Yeah.
I've been asked to work with you two.
That's an exclusive. That's not out. That's something the papers haven't got. Robert Lindsay's in Extras as well. There's a little bonus for you. So there's a little teaser of Extras 2 coming soon, September the 14th, BBC 2, 10 o'clock. But check out the website. I'll do one of these every few days. Oh, sorry. I've gone toilet. Oh, I've gone toilet. Can you empty it? Can you empty it?
Don't know how he's getting away with this. Listen to this, right? Crudge evolved bi-goggles at one end and Flagy-plays at the other, right? Eventually becoming Whittles. Some Crudge went on the other way, developing a uniflap and becoming a Sploon. Sploon grew into Flunts, and Whittles branched out as Scruddlers and Wumps. So I don't understand why people want to read about these sort of made-up animals when there's weirder stuff than this knocking about anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, I read something about a crab that what it does, it's born, right, and then it's floating about in the sea, and it spends its days looking for a mussel. Do you know, like the mussels you get in the sea? It spends its day finding one of them that's got a little gap in it, gets in it. That's it. It's done its sort of life's job. It just gets in the mussel and stays there. So that's pretty weird. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to sort of invent a Sploon, a Spluff, and a Wumph. The Moulon. It's the most intelligent being on the planet. It believes that all life is precious and never knowingly hurts another flanimal. The saddest sound in the universe is the whimper of 1,000 Moulons when one dies. Do you know what I mean? That's quite sad, isn't it? It's like whale noises, that, isn't it? Because they say, what do they say? Like how a whale, if a whale's crying, another whale can hear it from miles away. Which must be well annoying, because I think, like, say if you're a whale and you're sick of hearing things crying, you'd travel miles to get away from that whale that's crying. But then, as you're going away from it, the chances are you're going towards another whale that's crying. So you can't get away from whales crying. And yet people say, oh, if I come back, I'd like to come back as a whale. There's no way I'd do that. Just having all stuff crying around you, you'd be well depressed. That's why they always look sad, whales. Because all they're hearing is crying. That's like a moulon. I don't know what order this was in. Not that it matters. You know what I mean?
Ricky and Jane were going on holiday for a few days and had arranged for Glyn to come in and make sure the cat was okay while they were away. I'm sick of that cat. I was surprised that they hadn't paid for the little shit to go away with them on first class. Blimey, getting a bit vitriolic in the diary.
Why doesn't he like the fact that I've got a cat and I love the cat? Why?
It's just everything in that house that you've got gets sort of special treatment, and it's a cat. And it
What do you mean
annoys
get
me.
special treatment?
Sometimes
We put food down for it, and sometimes it gets on our lap and we stroke it.
You don't just stroke it.
We're
you
not sending
massage it. You massage its back. You go, no, you're stressed out.
Well, no, it's good. No, I'm not saying you stressed out. At no point did I say you stressed out. You said, "What the fuck are you doing for? Is it stressed out or something?" I like touching my cat.
To be honest with you, I don't like Ricky's cat.
I can't believe
Because
this.
every time I go around there, it goes straight from the ghoulies.
I just don't like it. It thinks it's it. Do you know what I mean? The way it wanders about and that. If it owns the joint. Jonathan Ross gave it him. I reckon it was Jonathan Ross's cat. And he got sick of it.
Oh my god. No.
You know, he got sick of its attitude. And then luckily, like, Ricky's old cat died. So he knew Ricky needed a new one. Palmed it off onto him.
That's the last we'll see of that cat. Oh look, there he is, look at that. They love beer and donuts.
So he was pretending he's joking there, but if that cat wanted beer and donuts, he'd probably let it have it. The thing is, it never goes out. So there's no chance of it ever coming to any harm. So it's going to last forever. Do you know what I mean? We got through loads of cats when I was a kid, because we lived on a main road. So none of them really got the chance to annoy me, because they were never around long enough. If the cat sat on his knee, he won't get up. He sort of waits until the cat gets down, because he doesn't want to disturb it. I don't know if he's just doing that to sort of wind me up, or if that is the way it gets treated. Really does me head in, it does. When they go away on holiday, it's a big upheaval. You have to organise people to sort of come round and feed it and make sure it's alright. That's what's meant to be good about cats, that they don't take much looking after. My mum and dad's last cat that they had, it's called Charlie. They went away for a month to Spain, just left it outside. And it feeds itself. If a cat gets hungry, it sorts itself out. That's what they do, they're wild. mean, it had lost an eye by the time they got back, but it didn't go hungry. Sick of it.
Hello. We've taken time out of our busy schedule to tell you about the new series of The Ricky Gervais Show. It's coming soon, in fact very soon, August the 22nd. It's another 6 half hours of drivel, available on iTunes and Audible. And we've got loads to talk about because we've just been filming the new series of extras, which is, you know, turning out fantastic.
Well, that's not for us to say.
Wow, it's us that's talking, I'm telling you, it's brilliant. No doubt win all the awards.
Well, we don't do it to win an award.
It's not, no, we don't do it to win an award, we do it to win loads, particularly the American ones. Brilliant, so look forward to that as well. But anyway, the Ricky Gervais Show, featuring me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant,
Hello
and,
there.
of course, Carl Pilkins.
There it is.
Alright.
So, yeah, we've been working with the likes of Orlando Bloom and Chris Martin from Coldplay. David Bowie, Sir Ian McKellen, Daniel Radcliffe, so we've got a lot to talk about, haven't we? We've got a lot to talk about. And Carl, it's been 3 months, so have you got anything to talk about? Have you been doing stuff?
Yeah, I've been doing loads of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, you say that. The reason I ask is because on one podcast, your entire week's events consisted of going to the Cobblers, and that made it into the diary. So, have you done anything interesting?
Yeah, just doing loads of stuff, yeah. It was weird, right? I was in the park, right? Just sat there having an apple. Finished eating it, chucked it on the floor, right? Within seconds, an ant was on it, eating it. It's weird, isn't it, right? How that ant is totally different to me, isn't it? What it gets up to in a day and that couldn't be further away from what I'm doing. And yet, we both like an apple. Look at it, just loving it. I don't think I'd be that good as an ant. Just thinking about it, right? If I was that ant sat on there, I'd probably be overfaced by that apple. It's too much. And also, I sort of like to know what I'm going to be eating. At the start of the day, I'll say to my girlfriend, like, right, what are we having for tea tonight? She'll go, why do you need to know? And I go, because I like to know. I like to get my taste buds ready and that. Whereas that ant, 5 minutes ago, he didn't know it was going to be having apple. But it's got to have it because he might not find anything else. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't want to be an ant.
Carl.
What are you thinking just then?
Just thinking of stuff that I've been up to and that.
Daydreaming, more like.
Nothing wrong with daydreaming, Steve.
Jesus, you know how fucking annoying that is. Go and do something. Just fuck off. Go on, go home. Read a book. Jesus. That's my head in.
You alright?
Yeah.
So just to recap, all new Ricky Gervais Show with Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington, available from August 22nd on iTunes, audible.com or via Ricky Gervais' website, rickygervais.com. Is that it? That's
The awards.
Yeah. Huh?
Awards. What?
What I'm saying is, right, there's now too much choice. Whenever you get a menu in a restaurant, it's not like, oh, right, what is there? Yeah, I'll have that. There's too much. It's like a book now, isn't it? And you look at it all. And then you've got to that point now that people are even taking a risk when they're eating.
What do you mean?
You know, in Japan or China or something, they're eating that fish that if it's not cooked right, it can kill you, right? Yeah. Not worth the risk when there's so many other fish.
Yeah, I agree. Why
have mackerel, have a bit of cod or whatever.
Yeah,
as soon as there's a risk, take it off. Take it off
I
the
agree.
Menu.
I totally agree.
Not worth
it. We've got a fish that might or might not kill you. Well, is there anything that definitely won't kill you? Yeah, but a chicken won't kill you.
Right. I'll play safe then. I love that.
I love that. I love the chicken.
That's what I'm saying. It seems to be the trend at the moment for people to eat things that you shouldn't really be eating. Octopus. They say, oh, it's best if you eat them alive or something, right? And there's been stories of people who've been eating them, and because they're still alive, the legs are like, you know, you get round the neck and what have you, inside, and they choke you. Why would you want to eat that? If you're going to eat a live animal, don't eat one that's got 8 arms that can get hold of your neck. I could understand that if we've run out of everything else, right? Alright, what's left? Octopus. Go on then, I'll have a leg. But there's no need to be eating that at this moment in time. I hadn't had pasta till I was about 24. Now kids are having all this stuff. We're away for a weekend a couple of weeks ago. Sat in a restaurant. Some kid asked for sorbet. He's only about 11. Just the amount of juices they've got now as well. When I was a kid, it was just you just had the one choice. You had orange. Now you look at it, it's like you've got apple juice, you've got pineapple, cranberry. Saw a carrot juice the other day. Out of all the bits of food that are out there, I would not think about getting juice out of a carrot. People are always going on about that place where they eat dogs, saying, oh, that's terrible, that. But I don't think it's that bad. As long as it's, you know, it's their own dog. If we're eating octopuses, why are dogs getting away with it? Excuse me, I don't suppose you've got a copy of The World of Carl Pilkington, have you?
No, sorry.
It is rather new. The World of Carl Pilkington.
No luck, Carl. Never mind. There's still a few more to try.
Good old yellow pages. We don't just help with the nasty things in life like a blocked drain. We're there for the nice things too.
You do? Great. Can you keep it for me? Yeah, my name is Carl Pilkington. Yeah. Yeah, it is me on the cover, yeah. What do you mean it looks round? Heads are meant to be round, you cheeky bastard. Just keep it for me.